you just then run through very quickly how the case starts and then how the case proceeds?
Yeah. For lodging the case, firstly you need to write a petition about your claims. And that petition has to be submitted to the, we call that like a application court.
Yeah.
And then you need to submit your petition with the evidences and supporting documents. And after your case is received, you will be paying some fees and charges as court expenses
to the court.
Yes. Yeah. Afterwards, the petition will be sent to the relevant, authorized court by the application department. If your claims and petitions are right, and if the procedures are followed as
So the court will check the stuff you send in,
yeah.
And if it's defective, if it's obviously defective, they'll say, send it back and say.
I mean, it's not going to be like a sending back. What will happen? They have to firstly send the petition to the other party, and any defects that they can see, they will be claiming. And there are some defects and procedural mistakes that could be considered by the judge, by the court itself. But the first petition process has to be completed, and once the petition process is completed, then judge make a decision, but it's not a decision of the case. It is like these are the facts, and this is not in this like a correct court, or just the parties has to bring some documentation, and we need to write to this department to gather this document. So it will start, and once it's they commence the case, the objections about the procedural mistakes or defective claims will be considered as a special, as a first objection, and then the court will make a decision of that.
Okay, so you submit your case to the court together with all the supporting documents. The court has a look at it, takes a fee, sends it to the other person.
Yeah.
They then reply saying we agree with this and we don't agree with this, and then there is a sort of an interim piece of work by the judge,
right.
A hearing by the judge, who says, well, I think these seem to be agreed, these aren't agreed, this is what we need to do to take the case forward.
Exactly, and then the stages of hearings will be then commenced.
Yes, and in a case in Turkey, you could have many hearings of the case. These aren't in the Western, in the Anglo-Saxon sense, trials of the case, but they're hearings at which certain issues relating to a case are dealt with.
Correct.
So it's like a long journey. You start the case, and then every 2 or 3 months you could have another hearing, and the case goes a bit further. Sometimes it goes a bit backwards, but you keep on this journey for a couple of years until eventually the case is resolved.
Correct. Yeah.
So it isn't like a court case in Turkey is not like it is in the Anglo-Saxon world, where it's almost like the cup final. You know, you do all the preparation work, and then the two teams come onto the court on the final day, and there's a big match, and the judge declares who's the winner. Yeah. Here, it's a much more gradual process.
I would agree.
Which goes on for some years.
Yeah, you are making some claims, other party is defending. Sometimes other party can also claim something bad when you file the case. So it's going to be like a both party involved.
Yes.
And the judge will be only can check the what is claimed, and should be only review the file in that aspect. But he has to make sure that all the evidences are correct and in place. So yeah, it will take some time. And at the hearings, sometimes we do nothing, but we are just waiting the process to be fulfilled. So yeah, it's not necessarily that you will be making a defense in every a hearing of the file. Sometimes you are just waiting a process to be fulfilled by a department.
So for example, the judge could have ordered the Department of Social Security to send some documents, and they haven't done it, and so your next hearing, the judge might simply say, oh, well, we're going to have to put this off for another month to see what happens.
This is exactly what will happen, that's
okay. So sometimes it's little paces and not very dramatic ones, but all trying to make this vehicle go down in the right direction.
Correct.
Okay, so you eventually get to the end of the case. and let's imagine you win. The other person, the judge, will give you a decision. You'll get a decision in writing as well.
In writing.
And you then have to implement that decision. So the decision might be, for example, that the person has to pay you 5 million Turkish lira.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to enforce that decision.
Yes.
With enforcement proceedings.
Now, let's assume you just won 5 million Turkish lira. Would the judge also order the other party to pay your legal expenses?
Yeah, if you win the case, the losing party has to pay all the court expenses, and there are some legal fees has to be covered by the other party if they lose the case.
But it's the court expenses, not your legal fees as the lawyer for the claimant.
Actually, how it works in Turkey, the lawyers has an agreement with their own clients, and this is a separate fee agreement. And also, if a lawyer wins the case, the other party needs to compensate the lawyer as well. And it says, we call it like a legal retainer fee, which is decided by the court as per the minimum tariff of our bars. So this is basically other party compensating the other party's lawyer because they consume their time as well. So we are getting both.
But it doesn't alter the fact that you have an agreement about fees with your client, and the client's still going to have to pay those fees.
Yeah, normally it is how it works. But in some cases, if this case is so strong and the lawyer thinks that he will definitely win the case and he's happy with the minimum fee, they may have a different settlement with the client.
So the deal with the client could be that if we win, and if I get an order for costs against the other party, then I will deduct what he pays.
Correct, yeah.
But if you don't have that agreement, the lawyer gets the fees agreed with his client plus the money that he gets from the other party.
Correct.